with basketball, you have to really wait to game time. You could have your handicap done, you could have your plays in, but you got to wait till game time if you want to have a clue who's sitting down. But you don't have to worry about that. But with hockey, now, let's make sure everybody's clear. The only thing I could do with hockey, play it in live action, because that's easier for me. But before the game starts, I'm not doing matchups. I'm not going to be telling you who's better in the Jersey Islander game or how they match up. That's not happening. What I'm looking at is, hey, these teams ain't scored, but every single game for the last 5 games, they've each had 3, and it's 0-0 after 1, and the under dropped to 4.5. I'm going to start playing overs. That's what I'm looking at.
But that's a smart approach with hockey. Playoff hockey is totally different.
Tell us.
So playoff hockey, you and I had discussed it, but the line change and the home ice advantage. But this playoff is going to be far different than playoffs we've seen in the past, because the first 2 rounds, they're still in their own division. They're playing 2 rounds before they get out of the division against teams that they've just spent this whole season building hatred against one another. I mean, last night, the Caps Rangers game, on the opening faceoff, there was 3 fights that took place. They sent out the goon line. The coaches sent out the drop the gloves team for the opening faceoff. And so there's that kind of stuff going on. But typically in the NHL playoffs, it's 8 versus 1. But what they're doing this year is they're taking the same division, they're seeding them 1 through 4, and they're having 1 play 4 and 2 play 3. But they've already played each other 6, 7, 8, 9 times this year, all different because of COVID postponements and cancellations. But so they're going to get in the second round before they even go. So for this particular playoff, we actually know how they're going to line up against these other teams. And for the most part, the NHL, they don't load manage. They rotate goalies in and out. And some teams play with 2 goalies, some teams don't. But then the other piece, the piece that's really big with the home ice, is the home ice has the advantage of the final line change. So, I could talk for a while about line change rules, but the visiting team sends out their lineup, and then the home team can send out their players, and then the visiting team cannot make a change again. So the home ice has the advantage of the player. Really does matter in the NHL playoffs when you're trying to get certain defensive matches. And some coaches play it really well. And so I look at that with some of these high goal scoring teams, and where some of the over-under plays come in, you can really confuse and frustrate a team by finding a bad matchup as a home team and not giving the away team the opportunity to set their match properly.
No, we have talked about that before. Okay, so now we're going to hop over to Major League Baseball. Again, with these Major League Baseball plays, and you're seeing lines at -200 and -250, -300, -350, -400 on sometimes with these pitchers. Those over-unders are the way to go. But you don't even have to worry. Just do the team total over, because as you know, there's nothing worse than when I lost the under that was 7.5 in that no-hitter because the guy won 8-0. A no-hitter, you would think the under's a solid dunk, but that's not the way it works. It's called sports betting, So we're going on Miami. We're hopping back in, and we're going into live action, and we're going to go to the Miami game. They are at home, so we're going to get the 9th inning. They are hosting the Diamondbacks. Baumgartner's been pitching good. You may remember where I texted you guys one Saturday morning after the first 3 games. His ERA was like 11.08 or something. And he proceeded to make a fool of me because he threw a one-hitter or something. But it's going into the 6th inning now. He's at about 70 or 75 pitchers. But I could get it down to 2.5. So I'm taking that 2.5, and it is -125. So I got Miami Marlins team total over 2.5. I got the home team. You know what? I don't mind if the Arizona guys score a couple runs and I get the bottom of the ninth. I'm going to need the bottom of the ninth, but I won today. As you know, we did pretty good today with those team totals. We swept the board.
You had a good today.
Yeah, we swept the board. One of them, though, in the first 5 innings was a 5th inning score. And that's really like the 9th inning, the top of the 5th when you're on the visitor team. I needed a run. I got a run, so it worked out really, really well.